what interests me is how the way the AI interacts with us is so deferential to us.
Hmm.
Like it's like you just say something completely ridiculous, and it's like, that's a reasonable assumption, Paul.
Yeah.
However, physics does not like, and
Right.
so it's like I think people are getting used to being interacted with in a way that is very kind of gives them a lot of self-assurance and kind of
Mm.
props them up a bit.
Yeah.
And then they go and have real conversations with Gen X managers or leaders, right?
Uh-huh.
Or millennial. And and I think they're not used to a very different kind of human conversation, which is kind of it's not so elegant always.
Hmm.
It often starts poorly, and it's our job to make the conversation better, or
Yeah.
like, okay, let me start again. Clearly I didn't say that the way like all
Yeah.
of those ways that we sort of get in trouble
Hmm.
in our communications. And I wonder if people are getting really used to even sort of people, because I think one of the trends I saw last year was a lot of leaders doing performance evaluations
Oh, yeah.
using large language models, right? And
Yeah.
it's like, I don't like, I mean, what a pain, like, not that it's a pain. I mean, it needs to be done, but it's like, it's a huge time suck. And to just sort of throw bullet points in there and be like, something I can cut and paste
Yeah.
into our HR management system. And what you end up with is these very sort of filtered,
Uh-huh.
um, I don't know, tailor like, is that really how you'd say it? And
Right.
are we getting really used to just hearing about ourselves? It's almost like there's a mirror that we're holding up, and the mirror always reflects something quite. It's like it's got like a an Instagram filter on it. We all look a little
Yeah,
younger and
you're always
thinner.
looking pretty good.
Yeah, 'cause it's like, wow, I haven't worked out in months. Look at
Look
not bad.
how
Yeah.
strong I look. Yeah, it's interesting, so 2 kind of interesting little tidbits. To me, when I can tell in a second that an email is if it's written by AI. Like, there's something, like, almost dead about the email, like, you can just tell, and
Mm.
you're like,
Yeah, yeah,
"Oh my
yeah.
gosh."
Yeah, it's
And
not
it's
just the
also
M dash or it's not
no,
the
it's
telltale. It's like you just feel it.
you can
Yeah.
just feel like this was not, um and so I've come to just telling people, like, "I feel like your email was written, by AI. Is this what you really intended?" So that's been interesting.
Mm.
So interesting at our boys' schools. So at the University of North Carolina, they are not letting them use AI, and in fact,
Mm.
most classes are not even allowing computers or phones.
Oh, that's interesting. Is that a new
Um, w
change?
it's within the last 2 years, at least,
Okay.
Riley's been there 2
Yeah.
years, and there are classes where you're not even allowed to have a computer out to take notes. So you've got kids like handwriting notes for the first time. So I think that's pretty interesting.
Mm.
Um, and Kieran's not allowed to use it in school. They're not allowed to have phones either, but much stricter, in
Yeah,
high
high
school. He's in
school.
high school still. But,
Yeah.
he actually said something really interesting. He was like, "I wish they would teach us to use it because 'cause we're gonna have to use it when we get into business, like,
Uh,
and we're not gonna know how if they're not letting us." So I thought that was pretty interesting, how to, like,
yeah.
use that effectively for schoolwork. Um, and actually just a really funny story about a school here in Minnesota. The principal sent out this, like, really long note about academic honesty, and it was about AI and everything, and of course,
Mm.
some smart kid took it and put it through a an AI detection. It was, like, 98% written by AI.
Mhm. Right.
We're like, "The kids will always catch you." So
Yeah.
that
Yeah, they're just professionals at
total
sleuthing. Yeah,
professional.
yeah.
We were like, so bad.
Oh, that's so
Um,
great.
but, um But indeed, I mean, there's many cases, and some of them, on the edges of okay, where AI has, consistently told someone that their idea is good or
Mhm.
what they should be doing is good when in fact it wasn't, or when it was potentially harmful. And so I think that's really interesting. I have had a lot of clients, um, like they'll use AI and then they call me and they'll say, okay, I went to Gemini, I went to ChatGPT, and here's all of the possibilities. What are your thoughts? So it's like they do some pre-work but then they're not ready to make a decision based off that if the stakes are high
Yeah.
enough. So then they'll come into a coach and say, I want to kind of talk through these options and anything else that you might think of. And I think that's really interesting. It's almost like our desire for immediate gratification of a response or answer is uh is given by that. And
Yeah.
then you want to go talk to a real human and be like, what do you think about this?
Mhm.
I think, for me, the cheat code on AI in a significant way is connection. Connection to self. Like, what am I really thinking? Connection to my team and then connection to the ecosystem. And I was actually thinking as I was preparing for this webinar, if organizations spent as much time um, helping people think about how to connect and build relationships as they are trying to figure out how to make AI work, I wonder if we would have
Mm.
better results.
Well, that's interesting.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because people are really studying AI and, like, we're having a hackathon
Yeah,
and
and
I
it's almost becoming sort of a mandate. It's like if everyone's not using AI, we're falling behind. And you can
right,
imagine
right.
sort of if everyone's not working on their relationships, then we're actually at a competitive disadvantage in the market. That would be
Exactly.
yeah.
Well, and
Like what would that look like? Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
think about intellect, so if you believe that, yes, what AI is doing is accelerating and scaling intellect artificially, when you really think about intellect, it's kind of the, protecting part of the circle, it's kind of the bottom part,
Mhm.
right, around critical and arrogance and some distance, right? So, we know that intellect by itself, even in scale, even accelerated, by itself, it actually has a negative correlation to leadership effectiveness. So the only thing you could do if you were trying to grow that, you said this is really important for me to grow this, it's like, can you pair it with something else to elevate it into more of a creative way so that you can get the positive correlation to leadership effectiveness?